Then Shepherd Isaac continued, look for Mark 14:29.
Matthew 16:18. And I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Mhm.
Mark 14:29. Peter said to him, even though they all fall away, I will not.
Okay. And John chapter 13:37 is, I will lay down my life for you. So Jesus said, on this rock I will build my church. On Peter's faith. Jesus is going to build his church. And then, even if all fall away, I will not. So Peter, in his own way, he was the first. He's not the second. Everybody may fail, he will not. So Peter was in the top. And from there, and he will lay down his life for Jesus. From there, he had a free dive all the way down when he denied Jesus 3 times. When he denied Jesus 3 times, he lost everything. Everything is gone. Okay, question 2.
Who thought that Simon Peter needed to be restored? Verse 4. Just as day was breaking, Jesus stood on the shore. Yet the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. 6. He said to them, cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some. 10. Jesus said to them, bring some of the fish that you have just caught. And it was Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus visited exclusively for Simon. And Jesus, in Jesus' mind, Simon needed to be restored. Okay, next question, Sister Judy.
What do you think Simon felt in his heart after a great catch and eating breakfast?
His heart opened, right? After great catch, he overcame failure. And then when he ate breakfast that Jesus cooked, the intimate relationship revived. 3.5 years, you know, Sister Judy and I eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner together. Last 10 years. So when he ate the breakfast, that revived the intimate relationship with Jesus was revived. Okay, next question.
What was Simon Peter doing? 7. The disciples whom Jesus loved therefore said to Peter, it was the Lord. When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he was stripped for walk, and threw himself into the sea.
Yeah. So when he heard that it was the Jesus on the shore, he put his clothes on and he jumped, and he wanna go to Jesus, reach Jesus ahead of anyone, everyone. So, and then verse 11.
11. So Simon Peter went aboard that hauled the net ashore, full of large fish, 153 of them, and although there were so many, the net was not torn.
So he looks like Simon arrived before the boat, and then He went to the boat and he helped the net ashore and he counted the fish. And verse 13.
Jesus came and took the bread and gave it to them, and so with the fish.
Yeah, so he ate the breakfast. So how is apparently Simon is doing?
Simon was
He's doing good. I mean, he is respecting his love toward Jesus strong. He helped. He heard the, drave the net and he counted the fish and he participated at breakfast. Simon is very sincere man. He was very sincere man, hardworking, and then he was a still leader. Okay, next question.
Why were these outside actions not enough to restore Simon Peter?
He's doing okay outside, but that is not enough. Problem is inside. Problem is inside of his heart. That has to be taken care of inside. Often we see, brothers and sisters doing okay outside, but what is more important is inside of their heart. Okay, next.
What was the next step of Jesus to restore Simon Peter? Oh, Jesus touched inside his inner heart.
Right.
The conversation.
Right. Next step. Jesus is, going into this one. For this, Jesus gave them great catch. For this, Jesus gave them breakfast. One-to-one, deep, honest, personal conversation. That's Jesus want to have. One-to-one, deep, honest conversation with Peter. So here, conversation start. Question 3.
What did Jesus focus on? Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?
3 times. Can you read all 3 questions?
Simon, son of John, do you love me? Simon, son of John, do you love me?
So what did Jesus focus on?
Yes, love.
Love. Jesus focused on matter of love. Subject was love. Okay. 3 times Jesus asked, 3 times answered. So Jesus asked 3 times and Simon asked 3 times. When we look at the Greek Bible, first number 1, Jesus is agapas me. That means agape love. Do you love me? Agapas me. Do you love me? Simon answered, Philo. Philo said, I love you. So the second one was the same, agapas me. Simon answered, Philo said, agape is God's love, sacrificial love. Philo is like a friend's love. Number 3, Jesus, third time, Jesus asked, Replace me. So I got the same way. So, twice, first, second, Jesus asked me agape love. Third time, philo. And then Simon 3 times answered, philo said. This is not important because, agape, philo, these are all Greek concepts. And then do you think Jesus, Simon talking Greek? What language? Aramaic. Aramaic doesn't have these, differences. So in English, it translated, do you love me? Okay, that's good enough. Because Jesus and Simon obviously talk in Aramaic, and Aramaic doesn't have these differences. So we don't go into this one. All right. So subject is love. Okay, first question. Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? What does it mean? Okay. More than these is what? Comparison. Comparison. So in Simon's heart, Jesus is not first place. Maybe Jesus is on second or third place. So Jesus asked him, what's in the first place of your heart?
Fish.
Many people think I love Jesus. Does it mean Jesus is first place of the heart? Or second place, third place? Jesus wants Simon Peter. Am I in the first place in your heart? Okay. Oh, more than this is comparison. Jesus asking, what's in the first place in your heart? Okay, what does this mean? What does this mean?
Fish. More.
Fish.
Okay,
Bread.
so actually we do not know because Jesus didn't specify. So, there are a lot of theory. These things you can think about. These people or these who love me. In 3 ways we can think about. Do you love me more than these things? So things are what?
Fish.
Net, fish,
Bread.
boat, bread, something like that. Do you love me more than these? He asked Peter. How about if Jesus meant these people, Peter, maybe other brothers, disciples, other brothers, maybe his wife. To Peter, these, but how about himself? His own life, his own self. Some other people, their children, son, daughter, do you love your children more than you love me? Or daughter and son. And these who love me, that means totally different meaning. Do you love me more than these who love me? So what is, they love me, but do you love me? Your love is stronger than their love. That is. So we really don't know which one. A lot of commentary book put this one. We really don't know. I think we all consider this. All this, when we say, I love Jesus, is Jesus more than, okay. Jesus doesn't mean we love Jesus second place, third place. Jesus means, do you love me? First place in your heart, more than this. Anything else in the world, your love for Jesus is in the first place of your heart. That's what Jesus asked you. So this one is, Peter said, even if all fall away, I will not. So he put his faith, his love for Jesus first, ahead of, And then many scholars say Jesus want to restore that his sins. But also for me, because it's a comparison, maybe Peter's other love. But when Peter failed, denied Jesus 3 times, because his own life, he put his life more than, Jesus. Okay. So what did the Lord? Second is Peter answered, yes, Lord, I love you. And then Jesus asked again, same question. Okay, Karen, number 3, how many times?
How many times do you ask me what one to love? Unlimited.
Really? Really? Jesus asked me 3 times.
Ask you?
No, Peter. Ask Simon. Do you love me? Jesus asked 3 times. So, I think 1 time is enough.
Really? Did you ask your husband? You didn't ask your husband?
My husband never say I love you. Never say. There's the old generation culture. So I asked him, why you never say I love you? He said, even though I don't say that, in my heart I do. Okay, so I think usually one time is over. Huh? You say I love you, but you keep on asking 3 times. Do you ask your wife? Do you love me 3 times?
Not that situation, but in several the other situation. Okay.
No, in that one spot.
One spot.
One spot.
No.
Normally once.
Yeah, or once, but Jesus asked 3 times. So, all right, we go to next question. Whose
side love should improve people?
Can you change it to whose side love should be improved? It has to be past form. Okay. So that here, love. Now Jesus' love for Simon. Okay, so Simon's love for Jesus. Here, whose love should improve?
Simon's love.
Yeah, Simon's love is problem right now. Jesus talking about love to bring Simon's love to the really deep love. Jesus already proved he died for Simon. He gave his life for Simon. After his resurrection, he came to Simon. Now he wanna restore Simon. So Jesus' love proved. For Simon, no question. So all right. So whole chapter, Jesus focusing on Simon's love for Jesus. Simon needed to check his own heart, his love for Jesus. So Jesus asked 3 times, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Simon answered 3 times, yes, I love you. Okay. Next question.
What is Satan emphasizing, fail the heart? Satan may emphasize. Satan may whispering like cannot restore the relations.
Right.
It's over.
Right.
It's done.
Over. Right. Satan emphasizing guilt. You denied. It's over. You denied. And then Jesus, brought tsunami of love, just pouring love on. Jesus didn't ask. Didn't I told you you're gonna deny me 3 times? You didn't listen to me. That's why you failed. Didn't say anything. Just Jesus asked, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And Simon's heart was just overwhelmed by love. There was no room for Satan work in the heart of Simon. I saw this, in my sister. I mean, whoever comes to her, she just pour love, and then there is no room, no doubt or anything negative. Just pouring of love, and then people's heart just melted by love. And Jesus is doing it to Simon. Just pour love on Simon. Okay, question 4. Karen,
What were the answers of Simon?
can you read the 1, 2, 3?
Yes, Lord, you know that I love you. Yes, Lord, you know that I love you. Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you.
Yeah. Third time when Simon answered, he was grieved. He felt pain because he already told Jesus that I love you. And then Jesus asking again, and he was hurt. Until Simon felt pain, hurt, Jesus keep on asking, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Okay. Next question, Joe.
Jesus knew that Simon loved Jesus, yet Jesus made Simon confess the love. Is there a difference between confessing the love and not confessing the love? Yeah.
What?
Well, so your husband is wrong.
Okay. Jesus knew that Simon loved Jesus. Simon loved Jesus.
Yeah.
But Jesus forced him to confess 3 times. So why?
Well, it reminds me of like when people try to teach people how to pray. They say start with thanksgiving and adoration, and it's not to move God. Well, it's the purpose. I don't know if the purpose is to move God, but I think it helps us to like feel closer to God. And
Yeah, I think there is a big difference,
yeah,
just
it
feeling
changes you.
love and then confessing
Speaking it,
love.
yes.
If it is no difference, Jesus wouldn't do this. But because it makes big difference, Jesus made force to Simon to say, I love you. When I taught our teenagers Bible study, they never said, I love you to Jesus. And I was shocked. They know they love Jesus, but never verbalize, never speak out. But we have to speak out. Lord, I love you. And then by telling, Simon will realize, by confessing, he will realize, yeah, there is no doubt he loved Jesus. He failed it, but that failure wouldn't change his love. He loved. We have to confess to Jesus, I love you. And then, anybody you love, say, I love you. But it's important to Jesus, we say, I love you. So 3 times confirmed that Simon loved Jesus. 3 times confirm. There is no room for Satan plant doubt or unforgiveness or anything. Because, okay, question 5.
What do you want to receive from your loved one? Money, kiss, flower, car, hat.
So what do you want to receive from your loved one?
Flower plus a heart.
Okay. So when you love, when you love somebody, then you want to receive something from that person. So you want to receive money or kiss or flower or car or heart. And she want to receive a flower and heart. Jesus also want to. Jesus want to receive from the loved ones. Do you love me? Then I want this from you. Okay. So next, Shepherdizer.
What did Jesus want Simon to do for Jesus?
So what does Jesus want from Simon, from the loved ones? What does Jesus want to receive?
Feed my lambs, tend my sheep, and feed my sheep.
That's what Jesus wants. You love me? Then this is what I want to receive from you. So feed my lambs. What is lamb?
Little one.
Little one, baby one. So my little ones, babies. Tend my sheep. Take care of my sheep. What's a sheep? Grown up. Grown up. Adult. And feed my sheep. Some interpret Peter failed 3 times. So Jesus asked 3 times, do you love me? Do you love me? And then 3 times, feed my lamb, feed my sheep, No, I don't buy that one. Jesus said, you love me? Then take care of my sheep. Another word, Jesus said, you love me? Then be a shepherd. Be a shepherd. Be a shepherd for my sheep. Being a shepherd is not easy. Now look at Jesus' heart. So Jesus is going to return to the Father soon. But he leave his sheep in this world. His sheep are in this world, and Jesus is going to the Father. So my daughter goes to work, and I go to babysit my grandsons. And then she called me, how is, so-and-so doing? She called me. Okay, I take care of them, don't worry. Because she is away, and then I take care of them. She wants me take care of her babies. The same. Because Jesus is with the Father. He's going to return to the Father. So his sheep is in this world, surrounded by wolves. So you love me? I want you to take care of my sheep. Be a shepherd for my sheep. Some job, you finish 8 hours, you return home. Shepherd job is 24/7. Take care of during the day and stay with them at night. 24/7 job. And some sheep don't listen, stubborn, blind, go astray. Some sheep become sick and injured. Lot of work. Who can do this job? Only who love Jesus. Who love Jesus can do this. So, Simon, now Jesus, through this, Jesus reinstate Simon as the rock that Jesus is going to build his church on Simon. Look at the foundation. Foundation is a church that feeds sheep, a church that takes care of sheep. This is church direction. Many church closes nowadays, I saw one church in Houston. They have a huge sanctuary, and then the second building was a gym and restaurant or something like that. All built, and then they closed about 10 years ago. Fungus all over these two buildings. All the grass is broken, and I said, what happened to this church? And they said, only the elderly people remain. And then elderly people start to die one by one. And then there are only elderly people, about 10 people remain. And so they closed, because they don't feed the sheep. And it just remaining member get old and die, and church closes. The foundation of a church is here. Feed my lamb, tend my sheep, feed my sheep, be a shepherd for my sheep. So, have you fed Jesus' sheep? So, a lot of people faces, oh, Jesus bless me, I will be successful and I will die and go to heaven. No, Jesus said, take care of my sheep. We have to be a shepherd. So, we say, I love Jesus, but Jesus is the second place, third place. What is the first place? Myself. I love myself. I cannot take care of another lost soul. All right. Question 6.
What else did Jesus tell Simon? I tell you the truth, when you were young, you were able to do as you liked. You dressed yourself and went wherever you wanted to go. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and others will dress you and take you where you don't want to go.
So what does it mean? Can you read verse 19?
Jesus said this to let him know by what kind of death he would glorify God. Then Jesus told him, follow me.
Yeah. So when you were young, you dress yourself, you walk wherever you wanted. So, he put on his clothes, he jumped into the sea and he swam. He dressed up himself, and that's what we do, right? We dress ourselves and we go wherever we want. Jesus said, when you are old, Simon, you will stretch out your hand. Another will dress you, carry you. That means he would be arrested. He would be arrested. And then he will be led where he didn't want to go. He go to the cross. He would be executed. That's what Jesus telling Simon. Okay, next question. So,
Me?
mhm.
I'm sorry. Okay. Why was it helpful for Simon to know the end of his life so he could prepare?
Yeah,
And maybe it might make him feel better that he, since he loved Jesus, that he wasn't afraid.
right, exactly. Exactly. This tells, this tells he will give glory to God through his death. He will be a martyrdom. And that means he will not fall again. He will not fail again. This now shows how Simon's restored, his faith will go all the way to the cross and glorify God through his death for Jesus. So I think this is my opinion. I think it will help Simon, that he's not going to repeat such a tragic failure again. Do you want to know the end of your life? Jesus said to Simon, I think I want to know. I want to know how the end will be like. But, I pray that I don't drag, back and forth hospital in and out, months and years. No, I don't want that. If I pray to God, if I collapse, go. That's, that's what I want. And then I want to die while teaching the Bible.
I said, don't do that. We're gonna be eaten instead.
Yeah. So I think Simon really it helped him that he will not fail again, but to the end now he will live for the glory of God. Okay, third question, Judy.
What would Jesus give? Did Jesus give Simon so that Simon might reach the glorious day? And after saying this, he said to him, "Follow me."
Follow me. Jesus said, follow me. When did Jesus say to Simon, follow me?
And he first called
Right, first call. But then Simon failed. And then Jesus say again, follow me. Okay, next.
Whose future did Simon want to know? Verse 21. When Peter saw him, he said to Jesus, Lord, what about this man?
Yeah, who is this man?
Oh, Apostle John.
John, yeah. So, Jesus said to Simon, you're going to die for the glory of God. Oh, then how about him? How about him? If I die, how about he should die too, right? Okay. Simon was already distracted from following Jesus. He is not looking at Jesus. He's looking at, his friend. And Jesus said, follow me. Don't look at right and left or back and look up Jesus and follow the way of Jesus. But then he already looking at his friend. Okay, next question.
What did Jesus answer regarding to the future of another disciple of Jesus? Jesus replied, if I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? As for you, follow me.
Yeah. So, it just, okay, next question. John?
Why shouldn't one compare his life with that of his friend? Well, I would say, because everybody's different, everybody's life is different, and Jesus wants to take us through whatever's best for us.
Yeah. Everybody life course is different, so we should not compare, Simon, I mean, all, God has all individual different plan. Some people go like this, boom, like this. So others go just go slowly, 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 all different. So you cannot compare this person, that person. And then Jesus' goal is everybody land in heaven, the kingdom of God, So our goal is in heaven, not on earth. Also, Jesus has all each person different plan. When I became a Christian, my co-worker friend, she was a nurse, I was a nurse, same hospital. We worked together. And then here, and then my friend. She married a doctor, medical doctor. And until now, she's so rich, so rich. And then I married a Bible teacher, shepherd. I married a shepherd Bible teacher. And I worked as a nurse 40 years. 40 years. That's different. It's different. But somehow through, I worked off my butt, right? But somehow God made me a Bible teacher. And she's not Bible teacher. And then when I meet after 10 years, 30 years, when I meet her, she has a lot of money. And she buy just the unit she spend money is really different. And then I'm counting like every dollar. But I'm thinking I wouldn't exchange my life because all these sufferings give me to become a Bible teacher in depth, really. And then I tell you, what she thinks she does is very shallow. So I wouldn't. If I live again, I choose this one, Bible teacher. Everybody different, cannot compare. I was, you know, drove hours to go to Bible study. On the way back, I ran out of gas, ran out of money. I stranded in the, expressway. I was sitting hours praying to God. I don't have money. I don't have gas. I cannot go home. Then I'm thinking, other women of my age, they all married and have children, and they're thinking about what's the house decoration and new car and furniture. Here I am and have no gas money. It's different. I cannot compare because God's plan in my life and God's plan others people. So Peter, Jesus had a plan. Jesus had a plan. He will be a rock. On this Peter, Jesus will build his church and then ask Peter to be a shepherd for my people. Shepherd for my, and then he will give glory to God as a martyrdom. So that's Jesus' plan in Peter's life. And John's life is different. John's life is, he is a deep thinker. He always go behind and then take out the root. What is the root of the event? He has such gift. So Jesus used him as a writer. And he wrote Gospel John and John 1, 2, 3 and Revelation. And Jesus used him as a writer. So it's different. You cannot compare. And people start to compare with your friend and neighbor, they become sick. All right. Next question.
How was Jesus' answer misinterpreted among the brothers? So the saying spread abroad among the brothers that this disciple was not to die. Yet Jesus did not say to him that he was not to die, but if it is my will that he remain until I come, what is that to you?
So Jesus said, if this is my plan, what is that to you? You go your own way, you follow me. But then the word spread is misinterpreted and this disciple will never die. Okay, next question.
What can we avoid and clarify the right meaning of the word of Jesus? So literally, if the friend's life plan is, Jesus will. It's a matter of Jesus will. It's a matter of Jesus will. Jesus can live in longer or shorter, but it is not up to Peter's. Peter should focus on his own.
The question is, how can we avoid and clarify? How can we avoid misunderstanding of Jesus' word?
Jesus did not say he was not. He died. He was not died.
Yeah.
Did not say.
Jesus didn't say, but actually the rumors, the word spread. Jesus said, these disciples will never die. So that's how can we avoid that kind of a misunderstanding?
We have to go to the Bible. No, to the river.
Yeah, this disciple will never die because my professor said. This disciple will never die because my pastor said. So we need to directly ask Jesus. Directly ask Jesus. My priest said, my pastor said, my friend said, we need to directly ask Jesus. Lord Jesus, I don't think it's fair. Why this disciple die on the cross and this disciple will never die? I don't think it's fair, Ask Jesus. And Jesus would answer, I never said that. Yeah, I ask Jesus directly. I say, this chapter, this word, commentary book said this, but I don't understand. What does it mean? I ask Jesus. Okay, question 7.
When a failed or a weakened brother needs to be restored, what should he focus on? What Jesus has said to him. Focus on Jesus.
Yeah. Of course, Peter, he already repented. He already repented his, sin, but he was not only half restored. So the fully restored was love relationship. Restore his love relationship with Jesus. So when a failed or weakened brother needs to be restored, love relationship. Yes. Put Jesus first place. That's the way, road to recovery. This was chapter 21 was, reinstatement. Peter failed. Jesus came and reinstated him as a rock of the church. And then this is the bridge, to go to Act. And then people would say, how could a man who denied Jesus 3 times be a church leader, right? So this chapter clearly revealed Jesus reinstated him. This was written not only to defend Peter, but also defend the church. Okay. Our Bible studies up to here. And sharing and prayer.